Murphy, infantry, Fort Cavazos. Bailey O'Connor, field artillery, Fort Cavazos. Jack Wrigley, infantry, Germany. Anthony Seymour, aviation. Ryan Sposito, field artillery, Fort Drum. Joey Stillings, field artillery, Fort Bliss. Jack Selankowicz, engineers, Fort Cavazos. Mike Tancredi, infantry, Fort Bliss. Thankful I got all those names in as we are underway because they all...
Junior from Ontario by way of the Culver Academy. He's a big, strong, physical midfielder, 6'4", 220, so he gets his matchup on a short stick, goes behind in the invert.
Trumbull, his 14th at 124. Army, we know the face-off game, thanks to Coletti, has been a big part of the success, but here come the Raiders back with it. It's Cara being able to work it back as Cole out of the early goal by Trumbull for Colgate. For the latest Patriot League news, follow the official league accounts on Instagram and X at Patriot League, at Patriot_Game Day, and at Patriot League TV. So Gate will bring it back in as they try to do it quickly, but instead, Trumbull and company have to hold on a second as Army has settled back in defensively.
And Army denying the adjacent outlets for Rummel. They've got two long poles, so they don't have their offensive personnel out, so they're going to pressure and make Rummel find the open space.
Rummel wants to rumble, but instead he's confined to the corner. As staring him down is Coletti, who is not normally out still this far after losing a face-off, but he had no choice as Colgate wanted to move quickly. Minikis will lob it back, almost picked off, and now Colgate will maintain possession. Score! Launching it was Drouin as Colgate regained the lead.
And Drouin, 5 in the Colgate jersey. Nothing fancy about this. Alley dodge on the run, and he beats Byrne. Excellent job by Drouin, one of the top midfielders nationally that nobody really knows about.
Why does anybody know about him?
He's been excellent. I mean, don't think I have a good answer for you on that one. He's been excellent this season.
Well, Hunter Drouin now has 26 goals, and Colgate answers the Army strike by Eicher, and suddenly the complexion of this game changes again. Coletti gets the face-off, but it's intercepted by Hartzell, brings it back to the Raiders.
He's been excellent this season.
Well, Hunter Drouin now has 26 goals, and Colgate answers the Army strike by Eicher, and suddenly the complexion of this game changes again. Coletti gets the face-off, but it's intercepted by Hartzell, brings it back to the Raiders. On him all the way is Mazer.
And Army going to deny the face-off guys for Colgate the ball here as well.
This game right now is one.
Taking the contact, head up, finding cutters in the heart of the defense and finishing. They're up 3-1.
But Coletti tries to resolve things for Army. He stays out there and he fires his shot. Perhaps a bit too rushed to call with a relatively easy save. The Raiders have not been afraid to shoot on Byrne today so far. Drouin picks up his second of the game on the season. He now has 27. That one comes at 11-12 as the Raiders now lead by 3. Take the Patriot League with you wherever you go. Watch live games on ESPN Plus with the ESPN app or through PatriotLeague.tv. Bit of a slight delay before the ensuing face-off here. If you're Army, do you just have to take a deep breath?
I think so. I mean, last week down 6-2, and they've overcome deficits this season, so.
Coletti able to transit it in, grounds it, but it's picked up instead by Burek. Burek, though, is double teamed, lost the ball as Colgate was able to converge on him, and it'll be brought back to midfield.
Colgate opportunity.
After Colgate, Eicher, his second of the game, his 24th of the season, and now a critical face-off as Army trying to get some continuity after Colgate got off to a great start in this game. It's picked up here, this time by Fournier. As Army, well, Simmons was feeling some pressure. pressure was going to take some contact, and maybe if not for the contact, there was more control to get it back straighter and softer over to Lacrosse.
Absolutely, the pressure definitely had something to do with that.
Suffice to say, this game is not for the faint of heart as Army get control. Burek unloads, and a save by Lacombe again. He finds the rebound. And so the Graders will try to have some semblance of normalcy in the final third. Not being used at the moment. Perhaps we should have had them on standby. Both teams have come to play today, but we've seen some really odd things that have allowed Army to draw level with Gate here. Everybody said, buckle up before this game began. Well, right now, we need a Hans device. Colgate gets up hockey where if there's an own goal, the last guy on the team to touch it gets credit for it. Looks like the goal that was put into the net by Fitzsimmons for Colgate is going to actually be credited to Fellows. So that's how we get to 4 for Army. Shots in the first quarter. I believe Army had 8 and Colgate had 8, as this one screams high and wide. As crazy as
he's going to finish. They've got some guys from non-traditional areas, but they also have guys from traditional powers. Ridge, Del Barton, Manhasset, Culver Military Academy, Avon Old Farms, a ton of these hotbed schools to go along with non. You see the basketball background from Rory Connery. This is a 3-sport athlete, basketball, football, and lacrosse at Manhasset High School. Played for Keith Cromwell, the All-American from Rutgers, does an excellent job at Manhasset.
Liam Connor gets his 10th goal of the season. I am surprised he does not have more. Coletti will not make an end run to the net. He'll come off as Army will settle down.
And also dodge when he needs to. So Jack Turner getting it done.
That's his second of the game. Trumbull gets the assist. Goal comes at 9:22 in a second. Goes towards the Gate sideline. Raiders looking forward again. It's shoot away. That ball is greased up like a pig at the moment, and finally the Raiders get control of it.
And that's the danger of going from the face-off X to your defensive zone if you're Army. The Army Black Knights within 2. Great adjustment, not only by the players, but by the coaching staff. They move Burek outside the formation, 5-on-4, and let's go play.
Fellows, his second of the game, 19th of the season, comes at 12:09. Assist to Eicher on the play as Army trying to hustle it back in. Coletti distributes. Eicher got it back, shoots over the crossbar, and they're going to say he was in the crease, so that hustle at the end by Mermain, as great as it was, can some guys for Army be better incorporated in the offense right now against what Colgate is showing defensively? Can Morton, for example, have better opportunities?
I think so. We'll see what they do here. I mean, Colgate excellently coached as well, so they'll have some adjustments.
This one's going against Gate. Army will have the first opportunity here in the second half. A goal would cut it to 1. Colgate has not led.
He finds the soft spot. Favaro, the sophomore from Western Reserve Academy in Ohio, played for Coach Dylan Sheridan, who is one of the best coaches at any level. Defensive coordinator under Bill Tierney at Denver. Head coach at Cleveland State, just an excellent coach. So Favaro has been well schooled.
That's his 7th of the season. Infraction against Army, so Gate with a chance to go up by 4 for the first time today. Does Eicher need to take more shots? I mean, I know that they're asking a lot of him already. He has fired 9 now. 4 have gotten on net. You just keep feeding him because he's the one that's had the most consistency.
Eicher's been creating a lot of great opportunities for himself, and I think the more goals he gets, I mean, the more this Colgate defense has to support, that's going to open things up for other players on this Army attack. And this Army defense, offense might be the deepest offense in college lacrosse.
Coletti wound it back as Army will corral it. Fournier able to help it back now, are 14-3 in favor of Army. Coletti is back out there. Stalemate continues. Army helping out thanks to the vacuum cleaner known as Fournier. But they got to be responsible for the ball, and they are not here. Brought back, fire, score! And taking a bow almost. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rory Connor was that to Druin again.
And this is a Colgate team. They thrived in the chaos, and this is an example here. They lose the face-off, but they force it into a riding situation, cause the turnover, and Connor takes advantage of it. So that's a face-off win for Army, but a goal for Colgate.
Druin picks up his third goal of the game. He has been lethal all day. He scores on his fourth shot. He's got 3, and Colgate butts back in again. This one is shot wide as busting in was Runmel.
The stick protection.
You saw the head of Lynch go back in that instance. Was that truly Pilot's man following the slide? As we have a flag coming up here, as Army will get possession, Colgate will go on the extra man.
Byrne. Nothing Byrne can do about that one. That bounced right offside hip. That is a tough ask for the goaltender.
Ben Trumbull, who's had a great game. He picks up his second of the afternoon. He's done all the little things well, as Army will be gifted the face-off win here. There's still plenty of time. We're not in the fourth quarter yet, but for momentum's sake, Army could use a goal here to just stay close. Again, it's not how you start sometimes, it's how you finish. They had an excellent fourth quarter.
Sharpshooters today, they are placing their shots in really tough places to save.
Very rarely do we see H.A. Pilot taking on the form of a tumbleweed spinning in the wind like that.
Absolutely. He's one of the best defenders on any team in college lacrosse, so you got to credit Druin. We talked about him, one of the best midfielders maybe not a lot of people know about.
Army almost a
angle. Beautiful shot by the captain for the Raiders.
Favaro made the play, and he had the best look at the house. That one going in while on his back behind the net. Has Army been too loose defensively here in the third quarter? As this is brought back again, it skips wide of Byrne, is trying to drive through his Hartzell.
I think Colgate's making a lot of her to Connor. Senses the pressure behind the back, threads the needle. And Rory Connor delivers for a 6-goal lead. That's some brotherly love right there.
It is a beautiful game when these guys are able to make those passes and to make it look effortless. Colgate, there's been a great deal of effort, but some of this, they've looked easy. And it looks like Coletti's going to get the ball here without a fight as somebody twit. The style points they've gained for people around the country, those are big too.
And you're seeing the flair from this Colgate Raider team and the chemistry offensively right here, brother to brother, Connor to Connor. Just excellent lacrosse offensively. Gets into the body, and the deception that these Raiders are playing with. You got to give offensive coordinator Colin Monroe a ton of credit. Coach Matt Kerwick credited him for a lot of the development of these offensive players. Monroe played at Georgetown. His father, Jamie, one of the best coaches around, coached at Denver a while back.
Not impossible for Army, but Will Coletti's going to have to be immaculate, and his team's going to have to score some goals for him. He gets hacked at here, and I'm going to say it's going back to Colgate. And right now, Army has...
And he buries it for Army. Could this be the first domino to fall for a potential Black Knight comeback?
Well, it's important because Burek had not scored yet today. That's his first of the game, his 15th of the season. We'll see if other players can get involved right now. Overrun by Coletti. Can he get some help? It's still loose. The mosh pit continues, and ultimately it is picked up by Murphy, who carries it back in.
And that is a great ground effect. So Army's got a chance here to really control the game and go extra man again if they can win this face-off.
It's like that line from Christopher Guest as Count Rugen in the Princess Bride. Are you still trying to win? Well, here come the Black Knights again. And we've got
opposite side on Lacombe. Excellent shot by Eicher, and Army electing to play 5-on-4. Excuse me, Colgate electing to play 5-on-4 because they're shutting off Reese Burek on the extra man unit. Army starting to figure that out.
Now here's what's important. There's 18 seconds left of the penalty. They got to get a face-off win, Army. And they will. Come and get it. They got to act quickly before the penalty expires.